Steve Spectacular. Only a little strange.
How communities can unite in the face of hate. How a country can stand as one and change what needs to be changed. New Zealand woke up to the danger its gun laws posed. It wasted no time in changing them. Within days of the attack, the parliament voted 119 to 1 in favor of a law that made it tougher for citizens to get semi-automatic firearms.
The 10th of April 2019. New Zealand's parliamentarians were voting in the House just 25 days after the Christchurch shooting. They were changing gun laws.
A year and a half ago. Damn.
The Christchurch tragedy had forced them to introspect. The
Thanks for joining us, Steve.
realized that the 1983 gun laws were equally responsible for the mass shooting. Under it, anyone above the age of 16 could apply for a gun license. Once you had the papers, you could buy as many weapons as you liked. At the time of the Christchurch shootings, 1 in every 4 New Zealanders had a firearm. Gunman Brenton Harrison Tarrant was armed with numerous semi-automatic rifles.
Yo, that dude looks like
More
he's
than
missing
50
like
deaths later,
7 chromosomes.
New Zealand will never let history repeat itself. It banned semi-automatic
Well, he's going to be missing
weapons.
more in jail, so.
119 parliamentarians voted in favor of it. David Seymour was the only MP who did not quite agree. He's going down the history books along with a why. The bill is too rushed, he said. It is this very rush that makes New Zealand's response to terror exemplary. Neighbouring Australia too has a story to tell. It adopted sweeping gun laws after the Port Arthur massacre. All semi-automatic weapons were banned and ownership of guns made extremely difficult. Scotland, England and Wales outlawed private ownership of guns in 1997. This was after 16 students and a teacher were killed in a mass shooting in 1996. In 1991, Canada passed a law restricting automatic and semi-automatic weapons. It was 2 years after a gunman attacked a school in Montreal. Death by shooting has fallen considerably since. So here's the question. What is stopping the US from following their lead? It has a very high gun death rate of 10.6.
We're full of paranoid weirdos. That's why.
This is quite high compared to most countries. Over 39,000 people have died from gun-related injuries in the US.
Everyone think everyone's coming for each other all the time.
above the age
I need
of
a gun.
18
You need a gun for what, bro? You're not that important.
Yeah,
In
can we
many
pause this
states,
video?
Owners
Yeah.
are not required
just pause
to
the
carry a
video.
permit.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can pause it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting because my view sits in between Waffle, who's in our chat. Waffle says making it harder to get a gun doesn't solve the evil that starts in a person's heart. If someone is out to kill people, they'll find a way. Now, my personal feelings is somewhere between that and Messiah's feeling like, who the fuck really needs a gun? In my view, I feel like the cat's already out of the bag. For the United States, we have almost 350 million people here. The firearm is very entrenched in the culture of this country. Even Messiah and I have gone together to go shoot guns together. We've both done it. But even if you take away blades and iron, they'll just start throwing sticks and stones again to kill people. But then you also understand too that if I have an AR-15, a 10-shot clip, a 20, a banana clip, a drum, I could have a 50 or 100-shot drum. From 10 to 100, I'm definitely going to be more efficient in my ability to kill than if I didn't have a gun. I mean, again, if you had a knife, you have to run up on somebody. And by the time you run up on a crowd of people with a knife, even if you get one of them, they're going to whoop your ass. So, tactically, there is a difference with having the guns. But I also feel like, just like with the example of the driver's license, right? taking away everybody's driver's license because a few people drove drunk, that doesn't necessarily is not something that I would necessarily agree with. But when you look at the fact that the automobile's primary purpose is for transportation and the gun's primary purpose is for ending lives of different kinds, you can see why some people would be in favor of a total.
Yeah, it's the most ridiculous statement. Like people kill people, guns don't kill people. So what do guns do? Do guns open beer cans? What do you think guns are used for? Like,
Steve Spectacular makes
to fix clothes. Huh?
He says guns are also the tools of revolution. Big gray area. Cut off our own feet. Can't march if the fascists.
What revolution? Literally, we already have federal people going and taking people in the streets, and no one's doing nothing. So I don't know what you're talking about a revolution. No one's fighting a revolution.
17-year-old, he thought he was doing something, right?
Yeah, those people are thinking of revolution. They're actually going out and killing people. People like him and the Boogaloo people. They're the ones that actually think of their own paranoid delusions. They think some revolution is happening right now.
Disown that kid because they don't believe in supporting the police, even though that they support killing black people, which he did not do. Yeah. They don't support bootlicking, so that's why they claim him. So
while we're fading into the Stone Age, thinking about why we can't kill each other, trying to beg other people not to kill each other. If you cut this next clip, Phil, like in Dubai, they actually have an artificial intelligence conference, trying to, build AI, the next Skynet.
They're trying to build AI. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, finally, we need something to whiteboard this shit out. This shit is getting stale at this point.
Yeah, I feel you. Psychologically taxing. We can't even play chess anymore. The machines are going to replace us as chess players.
Its deployment accelerated in sectors from healthcare to education. I've come to AI Everything, the first major event in Dubai since lockdown, to find out just that.
Now, the issue with the pandemic,
analyze your DNA and give it straight to the
Yeah, the Minister of State for a government. So give him your DNA.
People go and sift through all of
he does look like an IT guy.
How things are across the ground. So there was a lot of work done.
The richest IT guy on the planet.
Purposes, understanding as well the spread, using AI as well, and creating strategies to contain the spread of the virus.
On stage at the event, one private hospital CEO said,
I just talked over him talking about a cure. I'm sorry,
guys. Predict demand during the pandemic.
The cure for freedom?
I remember the first meeting that we attended at the Disaster and Crisis Committee, and how all the private sectors really got surprised by the government that they're utilizing the
thanks,
AI.
Phil.
They gave us the predictions and very clear on how many cases will come to Dubai and UAE alone. How about?
I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I want to hear Trump make a fool.
How many ICU and critical beds that we require?
One successful recent application has been with AI-powered robotic surgeons, which help human surgeons reduce complications and eliminate infections in surgery.
Let's look at the future first before we go with that shitty American president right now.
On patients during the pandemic, on patients with extremely high risk, with zero infections.
Remember that movie Elysium?
Look, they're wearing masks. They're wearing masks.
Tough crowd.
I think it was called Elysium.
Oh yeah, Matt Damon. He was like trapped on Earth.
Lay them like on the slab, and then they scan your body, and then see like all the cancer and all the shit that's wrong with your body, and then like
technologies as well.
Like delete
distance
the
learning
from your body.
Has reminded parents of the importance
that's
of
the world
teaching,
I want to live in.
And that's one area where many experts believe the human touch is truly irreplaceable.
They signed up to connect with the child, to teach the child about him or herself, and to teach the child about the world around them. AI is not going to do that. So I think it really brought or re-established the teaching as a profession and what is it supposed to be all about. What technology has done, it has amplified our
Don't you just love it when you see a guy
and therefore our humanity.
perfectly white clothes. You could tell that he has not done any work that day at all.
Yeah, he's got money.
Dubai Future Foundation, work is underway on the governance of
And getting his like
education.
Lamborghini,
Human
flying
is front and
Lamborghini.
center.
Yeah,
So
those
how can
office
we
jobs
ensure
are
that the AI
fuel,
that's used in education and actually
you
in
know,
toys
you're
is
talking
ethical
about
and responsible
quicker recovery
and actually
time
protects
after
children's
surgery.
privacy? So we've seen the use of AI in actually supporting children with autism learn emotions, and that's done through kind of AI, what we call like smart toys. But what we're very interested in looking at is also how AI can help teachers to teach better.
Can you teach
that's things
sociopaths
like
emotions?
understanding how a student learns, looking at kind of the pattern recognition, and then being able to adapt to that. These are tools that will support, but these are not tools that will replace.
Wow,
Across
those
the
are
board,
like the
from
most
nurseries to
dumb-like
surgeries,
children
the
I've
future
ever
is
seen.
rapidly accelerating.
It's the only kids who have access to his
Some things will always
futures.
just
Who
need
really.
that.
No fucking gene editing to get those kids to look like that. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. So there you go. That's Global Earth News. So that's Global Earth News, y'all. So check us out. I think we're gonna cut to Trump if he's still talking.
Oh, you know he's still talking. He loves the sound of his own
Right
voice.
now he's watching. He's waiting for people to stand up to listen to him clap. So this was Trump right now. He's talking. His face is. Here we go.
Oh, yes, here we go.
So here we go. Sorry, people. We have to show you
Yeah,
this demon swamp man talk to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We get that full screen.
Friends, delegates, and distinguished guests, please. I stand before you tonight, honored by your support, proud of the extraordinary progress we have made together over the last
There's supposed to be
incredible years.
people supposed to be blasting
and
music
brimming with
nearby. I heard
confidence
like a
in the
protest
bright
part,
future
trying to turn up the
we will
music as high as
build
possible.
for America over the next 4
So you might be able to hear
years.
it.
We begin this evening. Our thoughts
Yeah, viruses
are with
do
the wonderful
write
people
apart DNA
who have
code
just come through the wrath of Hurricane Laura.
after
We are
you've been
working closely with state and local officials in Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, sparing no effort to save lives.
His hair is gonna fly
While
off.
the hurricane
That'd be
was
so great.
fierce,
he's gonna
one of the
fly away.
strongest to make landfall in 150
Hurricane
years.
Laura is coming for
The
him pretty much.
casualties and damage were
I'd
far
love to
less
see
than
it
thought
like
possible only
hurricanes,
24
like
hours ago.
storm chasing.
What was that?
I would love to see him at the storm chaser. Like
And this is due to the great work of FEMA, law enforcement, and the individual states. I will be going this weekend.
Why you say like that? I will be going.
Thank you for that great job out there. We really appreciate
Good for you, buddy. You're supposed to do that. You're the president. Disaster
it. We are
just
one
happened.
national family.
You should
and
already
we will
be there.
always protect, love, and care for each other.
What?
Here tonight are the people who have made my journey possible. and filled my
They
life
helped me
with
back to
so
me
much
again.
joy. For her